Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough review of One Piece episode 587. Now, if you remember from last episode, we find out Brownbeard's group is attacked by Brook. I know, it looked like Brownbeard had the edge by defeating Luffy, kind of, by destroying their little banana boat. No, Brook shows up. God bless you, Brook. I always put you down. Guess what? Brook, you're freaking amazing. You got my support. Now, moving on past that, we do find out Brownbeard, he knows who Luffy is, and his whole crew, as well as himself, retreat. Are you kidding me? You insult the Straw Hats by attacking them. You almost have them at a disadvantage, and you wait for an attack by Brook to retreat after Brownbeard finds out the true identity of Luffy and his crew? Fuck you. I'm glad you're retreating like little girls, seriously. But moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene with Namis Group, and guess what? Trifle Law uses Shambles, and now the Straw Hats have switched bodies, so everyone's in someone else's body. Sanji's loving it. Nami, not so much. But moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene toward the end of the episode. Yeah, Tashigi versus Law. Law won. Yeah, she fought the Law, and guess what? The Law won. That's right. The Law chops Tashigi in half. Beautiful. And that's where the episode ends. And I'll hold my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with Law, and he's talking down to Tashigi. I can't believe we have front row seats to this. Holy shit. I love it. Law is talking down to Tashigi after he cuts her in half. Does it get any better than this? I love it! Yeah, well, moving on past that, of course, we're taken to a different scene with G5, and they don't like what's happening. I mean, that's their captain. Now, obviously, you know, they have the Vice Admiral, which is Smoker there, but Tashigi has the captain's ranking, of course, and G5 decides, well, we're just going to shoot Law with our guns. So we see the bullets leaving the guns, and Law, he stops them. Law, you're on fire, man! Holy shit! I never gave Law a lot of respect because I didn't see a lot of him, obviously, within the anime. Within the manga, I know a lot about him, but Law, you are on fire. And again, he stops G5 and their bullets. Now, we are taken to a different scene with Smoker, and he stops Law from cutting Tashigi any more than she already is. So Tashigi isn't dead, she's still alive, she's just been cut in half. Obviously, because that's part of Law's powers. He has his devil fruit. And we do see Smoker versus Law finally. That's the build-up. No one cares about anything else. We just want to see Law versus Smoker. Plain and simple. And that's what we get to see. Now, Law knows Smoker has a sea stone tip on his weapon. So Law kind of has the edge here on knowing somewhat of Smoker's pluses on how he fights. So that can definitely give you an advantage in anything. But that means Smoker has the advantage because he has the sea stone, which, come on, if you're a Devil Fruit user, you're kind of fucked. Now, G5's ship is now hit by Law. Yeah, Law screws around. He uses the ship as a diversion, technically, like blows it up. It's a good diversion, in my opinion. However, we are taken to a different scene with Smoker, and he uses White Blow. Now, usually I don't mind seeing Smoker's powers or how he fights, but it could have been more. I don't know, it could have been more. I mean, he does remind you of Crocodile, kind of, with the cigar, so you're expecting more of a, I don't know, more of a direct hit, something that's more effective. This really didn't look that effective when he uses White Blow. So we're taking to a different scene with Luffy's group, because I know everyone wants to know, where the fuck is Luffy? What is he up to? Well, he defeated Brownbeard's crew, with Brook, of course, so Brownbeard has been defeated, and now Brownbeard is being rowed by Luffy. Yeah, you heard me. That alligator centaur, whatever you want to call him, Brownbeard, has Luffy and his crew on top of him, and they're riding him. Way to go, Luffy. Hey, I would have done the same thing. Now, moving on past that, we do find out the Straw Hats, Luffy in general, as well as Robin, Zoro and Usopp, and Brook, even though he doesn't really need the clothes, they rob Brownbeard's crew of their clothing. Yeah, their hides, more or less. This is even low for Robin. And yet, somehow, I don't really care. They're pirates. Like, they do something wrong, all they have to do is say, pirates. And it's good to go, you know? But moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene with the main villain of Punk Hazard Island. Now, he's talking with Monet. Now, if you don't know who Monet is, that's that, looks like the flying demon that Usopp saw. Her name is Monet. Love the name. I love Monet. It's a great name, by the way. Now, usually when you say Monet, you think of a guy sometimes, but in this case, it's that female demon with wings, and she's talking with the main villain of the island, and she's basically informing him about Law and Smoker fighting, as well as, the Straw Hat crew in general, how they're on the island. Now, this main villain, who is, I guess, the head villain of the Punk Hazard Island, he wants to get rid of Smoker in general. He's like, you know what, Smoker? He's got to go, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter now. And after he gets the little light update from Monet about the Straw Hats, he calls for Joker. And we don't know who Joker is or what he looks like in the anime series, so I can't wait to see Joker and who he is and what he's capable of doing. But we are taken to a different scene with Namis Group. Now, they're running away from Law and everyone else. Obviously, they're trying to find that other door. They're freezing their asses off, which is what's slowing them down. Now, no one likes being swapped in different bodies, but Sanji loves having Nami's body, obviously. And he wants to take pictures. Yeah, take mental pictures, buddy, because Nami's going to kill you once she gets her body back. Come on, you know what's going to happen. But again, everyone in Nami's group is freezing. They're cold. Well, except for, I guess, technically Franky. Well, Frankie's body, the real Franky who switched, is kind of a little cold. But, you have Franky and Chopper, who Chopper's, normal to the cold weather, where Franky, cyborg. So I don't really know if it really matters to him or not. But, again, the cold weather doesn't affect their bodies. Not so much the soul switch, because, souls now, they feel something else for the new body. But sorry, I digress. We are taken to a different scene with G5. And G5 is cut off from Smoker. So now there's a little distance between Smoker fighting Law and G5. So you have G5 and Smoker and Law. So they're in two different locations now. So there's a little distance. And Law is now all alone fighting Smoker. And this is what we wanted to see. This is what I loved about this episode. And guess what? Law is just running. I was like, why the hell is Law running? He's the stronger. In my opinion, he's the smarter one. I mean, he's a doctor. He's a fucking doctor. I mean, technically he's a pirate, but still, to be able to be considered a doctor, regardless of being on the good side or bad side, is definitely a great achievement. And he's a warlord. Come on, doesn't get any better than that. And he's running away from Smoker. So you're taking the defensive now after fucking around for so much. So what does that mean? Smoker is taking the offensive. Which, yeah, of course, this is what he always does, because he's just that cocky. Now, okay, this is what Smoker's real goal is, if you didn't know. He's trying to get Law talk. He's trying to get Law to describe why he's on the island, probably who he's working with, something along those lines. But Law, he's not giving anything up, which is why I like him so much. He's keeping his shit together. He's not saying anything, although he was about to. It looked like he was about to say something. So we're taken to a different scene with Law, and he uses his scalpel on Smoker, and this is the most amazing scene in this episode. Yeah, Smoker's heart is now being taken out of him, and it's in a cube, and it goes straight to Law, and Smoker is defeated. Now, in the anime series, we don't know if Smoker is dead or not. Usually when your heart is removed, you die instantly. But remember, Smoker is a devil fruit user, and he's kind of like Crocodile, where his body can go everywhere. So technically, if you think about it, Smoker could probably materialize his heart into smoke and bring it back to him, but we really don't know what he's capable of doing. And technically his heart is in a cube. Now, I don't know if that's another barrier that Law has created on top of it to stop Smoker from getting it, but again, that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, okay, well, first of all, Law, you are on fire. Usually Luffy and his group is on fire. They're amazing. No, Law took the spotlight in this episode. That's why I loved it. And he definitely defeated Smoker. I don't know if Smoker is really dead in the anime series. I'm pushing my manga aside just so I can act like I don't know what's really going to happen. But just putting this out there, I don't believe Smoker is fully out for the count. I mean, this is Smoker we're talking about. I mean, yes, it's nice to see him finally defeated, and by Law, no less. But it could have been more. I mean, a little cut and dry there. Just a little bit. Moving on past that, who is this villain on Punk Hazard, the main villain? I'm not spoiling it for anyone that hasn't read the manga, so I'm not going to spoil it. But who is this villain? We really don't know. And is he a devil fruit user? I think so. I mean, he's got like a gas form, so still, you really don't know. And who is Joker, and what does he look like, and is Joker a devil fruit user? Again, we really don't know. As for Monet, what is she going to do? Obviously, she's not going to sit there and take it. And what about Nami's group? The whole body switching thing? Is it going to be reversed? And where does Law stand? Is he really in it for being a warlord? I don't think so. I'll spoil it a little bit. I think Law is going to support Luffy regardless. I think this is a big charade we're seeing right in front of us. So whatever you're seeing, it ain't there. Law, he's with Luffy. I'm convinced. It's got to be a fake thing he's doing. I mean, he saved Luffy's life. Come on. And again, that ends it for my final thoughts. As for my rating, well, I thought about this. I want to give this a solid 4 and a 5, but I can't lie to everyone that's out there and say something was missing, because it wasn't. Smoker versus Law, 4.5 out of 5. Because you know what? I love seeing top-notch characters fight each other. Even if it's a shamble of a fight, it was still something worth watching, and it meant something for me. I mean, 2 weeks of almost 2 weeks of no One Piece episodes, and we were just hit with this fight. Okay, it was long awaited, and I loved it. Can't help it. I'm a One Piece fanatic. I love it. Fanatic, fan, you name it. So, final rating, 4.5 out of 5. But again, guys, that ends it for my walkthrough review of One Piece episode 587. But definitely comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. But let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's gonna happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, I gotta hit the bricks, and I gotta go. And before I go, I gotta say it, and I always say it, you can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.